One of your headlights ain't working.
Yeah, it's burnt out.
So we had to start up the OBS, you know, to get the truck out of the garage, and we had a mystery fluid fall out of my truck, apparently. It's got no smell, and it's like a weird color, but it was on the ground. I don't see anything under my truck now, so I'm really not sure what it is, but it wasn't there like not that long ago. So I don't know, it can really only be from like one thing. But what are we doing with this thing today?
It's freaking cold. That's what. Anyways, because it's cold, I got me a heater cord for my truck. So I don't know if you know, but all the 6.7 Cummins, at least for the 4th gens anyways, I don't know about the other ones, they all come with a black heater standard from the factory no matter what. But it's an option if they come with a cord. That's stupid. I don't know. So anyways, I went to Gino's garage, and I highly recommend. I ordered this and got it like 3 days later. And this is the bumper version. So my cord is actually gonna mount right here with a nice little outlet that opens and closes for me to plug it straight in. I don't have to try to hide this thing in some weird spot or whatever, but we'll get to it and show you how to install it. It's pretty easy. I'm gonna need a towel. We got limited opening space. Here's a towel.
You use a small one.
Yeah, got it. That's all we got for space. So in the box, you can see you're gonna get your cord. Okay, not super long. This is the part that's gonna go to your bumper. This is the part that plugs into the engine right here. It's got a nice little clamp, keep her sturdy. Here's the little, here, come up and look at this. Here's the little cover. This will cover the outlet. It's got a nice piece of foam here to keep it watertight. And then, these are your other things. Here's your brackets that mount it to the bumper. There's 2 of them, and they kind of just like clamp it to the bumper in place. And then they come with some hardware, and then your instructions, of course.
I'm not gonna be talking right then. There we go.
Okay.
Now that you missed that. Oh no, that's got a tear in it. Gotta replace. Oh my god, this hose is coming apart.
What's up?
All right. It's for my CCV filter. We're just gonna put it back. That's not like the biggest deal in the world. Ow! It really. Like, this isn't like the most important part. It just keeps oil from. All right, so once you get all this stuff out of the way, which I was gonna move this, but the hose that's connected to it is breaking, and I don't feel like buying a new one right now, so we're gonna leave it on there. But if you can see right here, there is a little rubber protective cap, and that's covering it. So you need to remove this, and then after that, we're gonna snake the cord through the bumper along the frame rail and then plug it in here. All right, so if you're like me, whenever you pull the freaking little cap off, you drop that stupid thing down in there. I don't really like the idea of leaving something rubber next to something hot. So, got these really long needle nose pliers here and trying to fish it out of this hole. Oh yeah, we got her. We got her. She's out. So don't do that. All right, so I decided that I'll show you guys. This is where this is supposed to go. Normally, this goes like this. I don't like the way that looks. It's way sturdier, but I don't like it. So hopefully this cord's long enough
Now that I'm thinking about it, before I drill any holes, I'm going to test the length of this cord. But I'm going to mount this piece, I'm thinking, right, it's going to be like up under here, and then this will be right here just like this, a lot less noticeable. And I don't really care about putting a hole in this anyways. This piece is easily replaceable compared to scratching my bumper up. Now we'll take this end of the cord and we'll run it up and through the area we're going to be running to, and then run it along the frame rail just as far as I can get it. At a certain point, you get it in there, you're going to have to go up top. You're going to have to kind of pull it back through again. I see it in there. Kind of tough to see, but it's right underneath my oil filter at the moment. See if I can grab these pliers. It's going to be easier if you had this totally out of the way. Unfortunately, I don't. But let me get this up here real quick. Thankfully, I had some helping hands get me this up through here, because that would have been a little tough. If you can get this piece out of here, it'd make everything a million times easier. Anyways, we're going to do, obviously, you got to make sure these are lined up properly. I would show you on here, but it's kind of tough to get a good camera angle down in there on the direction they're aimed. But I don't know how similar they all are, if they're all a little different or not from the factory. But what you do is you get the prongs lined up, if you can get your freaking hand in here. And then once you get your prongs lined up, you literally just push it into place just like any other plug. After fighting with this thing like it's a frickin' anaconda, okay, this has been beyond ridiculous just to plug it in. But that's partially my fault, since I don't want to undo this thing. Once you get it plugged in, this kit comes with this clamp here. And what you do is you'll wrap this around the end of the, like the very end of, I should have showed it before, but too late. The very end of the plug that goes into the heater. And you'll take it and you'll get it as tight as you can get it, and that helps hold it in place. Can't really show you on video, so you'll just have to take my word on that. Once you get everything plugged in where you need it to be, go ahead and figure out where you want to place this, which in my case I'm not doing it how it said on the thing, but I'm going to put mine about right here. I'm going to open it up. That way I can trace a hole, because I got to make a hole in here now, since I'm doing it this way. I'm going to have to cut that hole out. I got this right here. Go ahead and plug this in for me. Use that orange, or that green cord. So I've got this pretty sweet little roto zip tool. This is actually used for drywall, but it'll be fine. I need safety glasses. Fucking tinted ones. Alright. Now I'm going to get something to kind of clean the edges up real quick. Get all the little burrs off of it. To deburr it, we're going to use this round file that we have. I'm not sure what it's actually called, but that's what I call it. And just kind of clean up our edges a little bit. You got sandpaper that worked pretty good too. So for the next step for this piece, you're going to want to slap this on here and get it lined up with the hole. Use your marker and drill out. Or not drill, but mark out where you're going to drill your holes for your bolts to go through to hold it on. Take your drill, whatever size your bolts are, and go ahead and drill them out. Once you get those done, you're going to take your supplied hardware. I'm going to put ground down. You do it however you like. And then
make sure this part's gonna be a little tough. Especially if you keep dropping crap like I do. But you're gonna do this. It's gonna be a bit easier. Jump through there first. Line the holes up with this. Then go ahead and shove it through there. And then your nut, go ahead and put on the back side to make sure you hold it in place. Wait, it doesn't come off on you. And then do the same thing with the other side and you get it nice and tight.
All right, so it's now we got everything all zip tied up into place underneath there. And got the wire where I want it. We're gonna go ahead and reinstall my my air intake. So pretty self-explanatory. Put it back the same way you took it off. Hopefully your circumstances are warmer than ours because we can't really feel our freaking hands at the moment. So, anyways, I don't know what I was gonna say. It's just really freaking cold.
Making the snot fall out of our heads.
Go ahead and plug these back in. Said I wasn't gonna say anything, but now I am. Go ahead and plug your plugs back in. Make sure you put them in the right spots. For all I know, they might only go in one spot. I have no idea. Didn't really pay that much attention to it. Your little safety pin. You got 3 screws that go back in there. And guess what? You're done and out of the freaking cold. I should have used this last time instead of a screwdriver.
Here's what it looks like all finished up and plugged in. Out of the way and you don't see it. Looks good.
Now that we have the install done, there's a couple things I probably would have wished were a little bit different. For starters, I really wish I knew that a hose that was on my, like for my CCV filter, like there's a hose that goes down into the end of your intake that goes right to the front of your turbo. Yeah, it's pretty rotted. I need a new one. If I would have known that, I would have replaced it. It would have been easier, but I didn't want to completely break it because I don't have a replacement at the moment. So plugging it in was an absolute pain in the ass. But other than that, the other stuff was pretty straightforward. You know, I mean, it all turned out really good. Got everything zip tied nice and tight. It's in a nice inconspicuous area where you don't really notice it. The part that I used, like I said earlier, got from Gino's garage is WD-BHP 10. Seems like a pretty good quality product, but again, the only other thing maybe that I wish was a little bit differently is like the OEM plug. It actually screws on around the heater, whereas this just kind of slides over it and then it's got a clamp that holds it down onto it. It has a ton of really good reviews, so I'm sure it's fine, but you know, I wish it maybe had a little bit different kind of like fastener, I guess, to hold it on rather than just a clamp. But I did plug it in to see if it works. The only way I could tell if something worked like that was based off of things online. People were saying you could kind of hear it, and when I went under there, I kind of listened, and there's like a very, very, very quiet humming noise you can kind of hear. So I guess it's working. I don't know. I have to wait and see. I'll plug it in tonight because it's supposed to be like negative digits tonight, which is cool. Temperatures dropped like 30 degrees in the last like, what, 4 or 5 hours, something stupid. So it's just now starting to snow. As you can see, we don't have the greatest working conditions like some people do. So my truck doesn't even fit in here. This isn't even my garage, it's my parents' garage because my truck doesn't even fit width-wise in my garage. So, you know. Anyways, other than that, not a bad install. Highly recommend it. See you guys in the next one. That was awkward. I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next video.